Hey everybody, Ben Pakulski. I want to shoot this quick video about what the muscle intelligence coaching is all about. So many people are asking, hey, who are we? Who do we work with? What problems are we solving ultimately in this world? So if you haven't heard, we work with men over 35. The reason I specifically work with men over 35 is because men and women are so different. And if you have a coach who works with both men and women, I encourage you to explore the reality of the hormonal differences. And in order for me to be an expert in male optimization, it's an entire lifetime of practice. You know, I've been studying it for 25 years, voraciously, obsessively, and with a really, really high standard for what I accept of myself and what I offer to my clients. And I just don't think I could do it for women too. I think there's just so much nuance to female cycles and female hormones, and just so much to female psychology, right? And so men, often ask, hey, why will you work with my wife, or can you work with my partner? Answer, I just can't. Like, I of course, but would I do a better job than many? Of course, but I think a woman deserves someone who's giving you your full time and attention. So men, I commit to understanding there's 8 areas that I really think that men need to focus on. You know, when we're over 35, there's many more, but everyone kind of sits within these 8 areas. You guys will all understand what they are when you hear them. And when we talk about the muscle intelligence coaching, I really want to work with men who you're already training, you're already going hard, you've already been training maybe for a long time, maybe you're new, but you're committed to understanding that your body is the vehicle to living your best life. It's not just making more money. It's not even just personal development. While both of those are absolutely a part of it, the people that we work with realize that your body is the thing that's going to either allow you to execute the life of your dreams or inhibit you. And so I make decisions through the lens of, I want my body to never be a restriction on my life. So if I decide I want to wake up and go skiing, let's go. If I decide I want to wake up and go for a run, let's go. If I decide I want to wake up and go surfing, let's go. And as long as I can extend that quality of life, that's really what my personal values are about, and training in a way that supports that. So it's not just about, hey, I want to be the biggest, most muscular guy on the planet anymore. It's, yes, I want to look amazing. So it's looking, feeling, and performing at your best. And so all those can change order as far as priorities. Some guys come in and say, hey, Ben, I really want to look my best because I have something coming up. Or, hey, I feel like I've let my body slip a little bit and I want to look better. Easy, we can handle that. I want to feel my best. And feeling best is at the bottom of everything we do. Every single decision you make is influenced by how you feel, whether you're conscious about it or it's happening at an unconscious level, it's happening. So we have to know that, well, how do I feel right now? And what is driving my decisions? Just yesterday, I was actually sitting there thinking about just literally sitting and existing and being for probably an hour. And I was like, what am I feeling? And that feeling was driving my impulses, right? It was like, oh, I want to go eat something, or I want to go for a walk, or I want to go move, or I want to breathe. What if you didn't have to do any of those? What if you just felt great, energized, perfect to do whatever you wanted to do? And I didn't need coffee to get up in the morning, and I didn't need, even a workout to make me feel great, right? Workouts are there to move you forward. You don't necessarily need them to feel great, or you shouldn't. And so that's really what this coaching is about for me, is giving men back the power to live the life they want. And the driving factor behind it for me, to be honest, is because I want men to have the energy and the capability, the physical capability, but also the mental confidence and capability to be the best dads they can be, to be the best partners they can be, to be the best leaders they can be. Because I work with entrepreneurs, executives, CEOs, athletes, and these guys have a huge amount of demand in their life, right? A significant amount of demand. And if their body doesn't show up for them, if their energy doesn't show up for them, if their nervous system and their brain doesn't show up for them, there's significant risk on the table, financially for sure, but in their family. What if you're done at the end of the day and you don't have enough energy to play with your kids, or you don't have enough energy for your wife or your partner? That's a big problem. That's a big, big problem. So I'm solving the problem of energy. I'm solving the problem of vitality. I'm solving the problem of, I need to look, feel, and perform amazing every day. And just as good as you did when you were 25 or better for many people, right? At 25, people already at that point and start to abuse their body. And in this coaching community, we take care of our bodies and we love our bodies, and we make decisions based on what's moving us toward our highest and best. And the standard to which we hold ourselves is kept within the community. Right? One of the things that I was speaking to myself about at the gym the other day, literally thinking about more accurately, is who do I surround myself with that keeps me at this high standard, right? And if I don't consciously choose those people, I'm going to fall to the standard of the people I'm around. And so a lot of the guys in our community value just their weekly conversation with me and my coaches or the community, because these are all people who are crushing it daily, right? And it's not just like, oh, by accident, or it's like I'm stacking wins, right? I'm going to stack a win in this area until it's automated, until it's habitual, and then I'm going to stack a win in a new area. So the muscle intelligence coaching at its core is really about helping men to stack wins, thrive in the area that's most important for you. For me, it's family. For me, you may be something else. So everything we do revolves around that. And if that sounds interesting to you, if it sounds around optimization of time, optimization of body, optimization of energy, optimization of self, you're going to enjoy what goes into our community. Now, optimization is a very big umbrella term, but it's really just like, how can I be +1 today than I was yesterday, and +1 tomorrow than I am today? And that's really how we look at this. It's really small micro wins. It's not drastic changes that are unsustainable over time, right? Yeah, we do some drastic transformations, but that's because we stack small wins. So if that sounds interesting to you, we would love to have you join us in the muscle intelligence community, at least apply to work with us. We have a small number of coaches, and so we take on a small number of men who are high achievers, who are ultimately committed to transforming and being their best right now, because that's what it takes. If you're not committed, if it's not now, then that's okay. But if it's a now for you, and you're fed up and sick and tired of making excuses and feeling like maybe you're headed down the wrong path, or feeling like you don't know the journey, you don't know the destination, you don't know the next step, and this coaching is right for you, and you can apply to work with us directly and jump on a phone call with myself or someone on my team just to explore your goals. So on that call, you have to score your goal. We'll explore your goals, your why this is important to you, and why it has to happen now, what your potential obstacles are going to be. And then we'll let you know if we can work with you. And if we can, we're 100% confident we can get you results if we decide that it's a good fit. So if that sounds interesting to you and you have any more questions, you can reach out anytime. And if you don't, let's get on a call and let's work together in the future. Thanks for listening to the Muscle Intelligence Podcast. For full episode guides with important takeaways and bonus resources, head over to muscleintelligence.com/learn. If you enjoy the show and find value in the content, please subscribe, share this podcast with at least one person you know and love who would benefit from this content. Leave us a review and support our sponsors. You can see the full list of show sponsors, discounts, and get exclusive Muscle Intelligence deals at muscleintelligence.com/resources. To join our private community and get VIP access to my master classes, upcoming muscle camps, and other resources that we don't post anywhere else, head to muscleintelligence.com/community. Most of all, thank you very much for your trust, for your time, and most importantly, for supporting health and fitness in this world. Enjoy your day, and I look forward to seeing you here next week.
Thank you so much for tuning into Muscle Intelligence. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to share it with at least one person you know. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an episode. This podcast is for information purposes only. The statements and views on this podcast are not medical advice. This podcast, including Ben Pakulski and the producers, disclaim responsibility for any possible adverse effects from the use of information contained herein. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. This podcast does not make any representations or warranties about guest qualifications or credibility. This podcast may contain paid endorsements or advertisements for products or services. Individuals on this podcast may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to herein. If you think you have a medical problem, consult a licensed physician.